Okay, we're here with Lubandi.
Yes.
He has built this wonderful museum and place for storytellers. So I'm going to stop talking and I'm going to let you introduce it to everyone.
My name is Solomon Lubandi, and I'm the proprietor of this beautiful Sinyaland museum. Sorry about that. So I'm going to take you through this Sinyaland museum. This is it. We can say this is the only museum on the island.
And this island is
Bugala Island.
in the Ssese
Ssese
Islands,
Islands.
in the middle of Lake Victoria.
Yes.
But you would not call it Lake Victoria. You would say, what's the name of the lake?
Nalubali.
Okay.
Lake
good.
Nalubali. So within Lake Nalubali, we have 84 islands that make up Ssese Islands. And this particular island is called Bugala Island, the biggest in Uganda, and second largest in Lake Nalubali or Lake Victoria. So we are here to showcase, to preserve, and to protect the heritage of the entire 84 islands in this same small building, as you can see. It's a personal initiative, you know. It's not funded by the government. It's my money. Yeah. So the reason as to why we named this place after Sinyaland, it's because of this. This is Sinya, if it's one. I told you when I'm talking about this, you know, I even salivate. I feel like eating this thing, you know, right away. So this is the sweetest thing I've ever tasted in my life. So when we are looking for a name for this particular museum, we chose Sinyaland, the land of this.
And these are the grubs of the red palm weevil.
Yeah, red palm weevil in English. So here we can spend like 2 hours, but to take you through, you can capture this. This is the craft, the craft of our ancestors. This is iron smelting, the process. Now these are iron slugs. These are some of the tools that were extracted from iron ore, and we make beer. That's the process of making local beer, banana beer, you know. And those are the utensils we use to drink our special banana beer. Behind here, as I told you, we can't move forward without mentioning sleeping sickness, because it's a historical event that affected our heritage, you know, our lifestyle. When the British forcefully evacuated all the people away from these islands, you know, and these are some of the pictures that were taken. It's believed that about 250,000 people lost their lives. That's 130 years ago. The recently concluded census, we are not even half the people that died, you know? So it was very dramatic. So, and we also have a monument outside there. This is a fabric, a lugugo, you know? This is our ancient fabric. But before our ancestors invented this, people used to put on like this, animal skins, hides. But they realized like in 100, 200 years to come, if we continue putting on like this, we'll be living without animals. So they invented this. There is a special tree, Ficus nantarasis, or mutuba in our native language. When you extract its bark and pound it with this wooden mallet, the skin expands 3 times its original size, and you get yourself, you know, a good fabric that can last 50 plus years, you know. And the most sustainable part of it, if you cover this space, you know, like this, the first 3 weeks, you can come back later in 6 months and extract the same piece that will last generations. So we are fishermen. This is how we capture silverfish, and we travel on water. This is a raft. The first boat our ancestors made, they used to travel on this. Then they went on to evolve the revolution, up from this to this dugout, from here to this, from this to this. Now, you know, this one, that's the model, the current model we use. This is a cage fishing system. You know, our ancestors used to apply smartness, knowledge, not the power and strength. You know, they were very intelligent. This is a cage fishing system. So the fish will be attracted to enter there and then caged in.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and in these are the 84 islands that make up Kalangala district, or Ssese Islands by name. These 84 islands. As I told you, the biggest and the largest main island is Bugala Island.
Where we are now?
Yeah, it's about 275 square kilometers. On those particular islands, we have legends like Chibuko Mumbale, God of War, the Chief of Defense Forces. Back then, this guy lived like 500 years ago.
And if people come here, then by the fire pit,
yeah,
you'll tell them tales of these fish.
I'll definitely tell them a lot of stories, and it will be exciting because you'll be having some coffee, you know, cup of coffee, sometimes barbecue, you know, it's very exciting. And I know our ancestors used, you know, to have such kind of stories, you know, and if you compare it with something to drink or eat, man, it comes nice. Yeah. So that's Chiwanuka, god of thunder and lightning. As I told you, is the legend, I guess, behind MIT. Massachusetts information and technology, this guy. And this is a bicycle that belongs to my great grandfather.
Wow.
He was such a rich man. He was one of the first person to ride a bicycle here on the island. So a lot of things to exhibit. We have games here, we have trophies of the real and original WWE. If you capture this, WWE man to man, not the fake WWE. You know, here we wrestle man to man. And my ancestor, my grandfather, was a wrestler. And this is his trophy. Those are some of the things we use here. We drum beat, communication, you know, a combination of all these instruments equals to good melody. And I know those that are very much into communication, they borrowed the idea from these drums. You know, broadband, you know, communication. This is how it was done. You bang the drum, then the next listener also bangs, you know, without questioning. Why? Whenever you hear the message of the drumming, you continue. Even the other one, even the other one, even the other one. So when it goes like 20 miles, then they will start asking, where did it come from? You know? And this is a section of the great hunter, the great huntsman. This guy, Jaja Dungu, you know, is the one that invented that if you want to go on a hunting expedition, without failing to get something to eat, you need a dog, you know, to sniff the animal. And you need a hunting net, you need a spear, you know, and you need a horn to blow for communication. That's why we regard him as a legend. And on this particular island, we also have these wild animals.
Crocodiles.
You know? Yeah, crocodiles. Yeah, you know. And this section here, this is very important section. This one, before the coming of the British and what they called formal education, this was our formal education. These are symbols. If you go into education, this represents particular faculties of or schools. You know, if you go into administration, they represent various ministries. You know, like for example, if you had someone with mental issues, this guy is called Bamweana. He was the first psychiatrist. You know, for him, he specialized in mental health because it was a big problem for the people that lived in this area. So he focused on psychiatry or mental health. And he had rehabilitation centers. He taught other people, other communities, how to treat and rehabilitate people with mental issues. And, you know, Minister of Health, the Minister of Education, Minister, you know, of whatever, or Minister of Defense, everything is incorporated in here. They will be in this position, they will be able to have a cup of coffee, tea, food, you know, from here.
Why don't we take them to the fire pit and show them what it looks like out there with their with the landscape.
So for the researchers, people that want to dive themselves into research, this is a small facility to conduct research from. And this guy was the Minister of Education back in the day. He's called Kawumpuli Kubo. He was the ancient Minister of Education. That's why he stand on this Leila Initiative Community Library here in the Ssese Islands. This is the only community library in the Ssese Islands. Only community library, only museum on the island. Here you go.
Here's one of the storytellers, right?
Yeah, he is.
He is one of our storytellers.
She is one of the storytellers.
Yeah.
So when visitors and tourists do come, when I'm not around, she's in charge. Yeah, she's the professor. So this is our beautiful library. Most of the books we have here are donated. Some we buy with our own money, but we call upon researchers and people that are enthusiasts in history and knowing the heritage of this beautiful place to come and visit, come and dive into research, and maybe add their voice to this community library. And here, this is a very beautiful tree. Natively, we make our boats because we are fishermen. We travel on water. This tree is called Omukebu in our native language. If you ask me the English name, I will not tell you because I don't know it. It's called Omukebu, this one. Okay. So it's light in making, it's very light. So when it goes on the water, the boat moves swiftly, very gently. And this place here, sorry, it doesn't look good, but this is the University of Sinyaland. University of Sinyaland. So people do come here and get to know about the heritage of these beautiful Ssese Islands and the story and the history of our mighty Ssese Island and Uganda as a whole. We can also, invite other educators or professors to come and add their voice. But, way back, before the introduction of what I call formal education, of the British, our education was transmitted on this fireplace. You call it fire pit. So this was the institution, the location and the center of learning, center of knowledge. And it was done like this. The information was transmitted between a grandparent to a grandchild, grandparent to a grandchild. Why? We assume you know better. If you're my father, and I have a child, I've been in that position of a child. So you're teaching my child, what you know. But I'm here to fact check. If you somehow have dementia or Alzheimer, you happen to forget some issues. So I'm in the middle to guide you that, oh, you remember Dad? Our grandfather used to say it like that, So I'm reminding you to give the authentic information to the grandchild. So the information was kept authentic generation to generation through fireplaces.
So if visitors come here,
they will be able to not just examine the museum pieces and what's in the library here, but they'll also be able to have storytelling here around the fire pit.
Yes.
And then just you can look at the islands out there, the many islands right here, right on the shore, in a really, really, I think, beautiful location. So Oh. All right, thank you very much.
So this is the cave. This is a beautiful residential area. So this guy is another Lubali, is another philosopher. It's the guy I told you, Ssese, the grandfather of geology, that mastered the art of shaking of the earth, you know, and is the one that invented sleeping into the cave. That's why he's here. So when you're inside here, you're secure. Yeah, you're protected by the mighty Ssese. But this particular cave residence belongs to my great grandfather, whom I carry the name Lubandi. So he was, by then, as I told you, this particular island is in charge. It's under the custodianship of the Monkey clan, but in particular the sector of Semugala sector. So by then, by the time the Europeans or the colonialists forcefully evacuated all the people from this island, my great grandfather was the chief of this particular island. So he said, no, I'm not going anywhere. You know, I can't protect this island when I'm outside of it. So he shifted from up there where his home was. It's about 300 meters away from here. So he shifted here, he found this strategic location, and he commanded some of his servants, you know, to excavate this entire rock. So by the time the evacuation was put into full effect, they had dug about 9 feet by 6 feet. So he stayed in this particular cave for another 15 years, alone on the island.
Wow. Are these the dig marks?
Alone on the island. So
Were they dug?
no, these are not the dug. The dug is
In
inside
here?
here.
Ah.
So this is it. This is where my ancestor used to sleep, around this place. I'm somehow making it modern, so that it's not scary, you know. That's why we have electricity. We introduced Jaja Chiwanuka inside here as the god of the power. So this is it. So another extension is my own making. Yeah. So, but initially he stopped from here. So I somehow expanded it. I want to continue on his legacy. I know he had big dreams of staying in a room of more than 10 rooms because he was a family man.
Yeah.
So here we go.
Good for us.
We're supposed to sit here. Let me switch to the coach. It's not that good because yeah. So here, Scott, you can have a seat. It's good. So this is going to be a living room. So maybe in the near future I'll commercialize it so that people that want to have that experience in a cave, you know, sleep in here. There is a fireplace there, you know. We put in special wood, you know, and behind here special coffee. Eh? We have some special cup of coffee and the story. You can have a special story the entire night by me.
Yeah.
And this is the bathroom plus the toilet.
Oh wow, you really have modernized like this.
Yeah, this.
Your great grandfather would think I'm really in a
Well, no, yeah. I'm solving his problem. The problem is mine. So we continue. It continues.
It's so cool in here.
I know. It's like it has it.
Yeah.
So this guy, this is my great grandfather. This is Kalava, Lubandi, Mwajiji. This guy is the one that started up the cave, and I inherited the name. You know, after 100 plus years, they named me after this guy. So that's why I guess that's why I'm pushing it forward. It's in me. I don't know. So when you come here, this is an extension. Now, I live the history. You can sit anywhere you want. Would you like to sit like a king?
Sure. what a question. Of course, I want to sit like a king.
Yeah. So here, this is where I live. This is my home.
Wow.
Yeah, this is my home. So you're welcome.
Thank you.
This is wonderful.
Yeah.
And so you live in this one all the
Yeah,
time?
I live in this house. This is where I sleep. I sleep inside here, and this is when the people come to visit, tourists. You know, they sit around here. I'm continuing with the work, but the major point as to why I sleep here, I'm protesting. You know, I'm on a protest. I'm on a protest.
What are you
sleep.
protesting?
I need justice, you know, for my ancestors that were forcefully evacuated from this mighty island. You know, as I told you, we are fishermen. So when the British forcefully evacuated all the population from the entire islands, they chased them to go where they didn't specialize. They didn't say that you're going there. It wasn't planned very well,
Right.
you know, and in the due process, they killed most of them. They burnt their residences, houses, you know. So it was a very dramatic move. We believe it was a political move, more than, you know,
More than
healthy
for health.
move.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah.
So it was politically motivated. So that's why I want to petition. Because when people went away from the islands, they even prohibited them from accessing the water. And as I told you, the primary food of the people that lived in this region, fish,
Yes.
you know. So it was fish, but they prohibited them from accessing the lake for 20 years. No fishing, you know, no accessing the lake. That was a complete massacre. You know, so that's the reason as to why I'm going to petition. You know, and people died in camps. No sleeper entered an experiment camp and went out alive. You know, they were injected with atoxyl. Atoxyl is a chemical that's used to make weapons. You know, all those are inhuman activities that were done to my ancestors. So I'm going to continue sleeping here until when they get justice. Yeah. So outside here, I also took a step further. Watch your head.
Yeah, should we close?